some cozy vibes tonight. I'm about to do an everything shower. This is my mask of the night. It's the Peter Thomas Roth Pumpkin Enzyme Mask. And I really like this mask because it's exfoliating. Oh, am I almost done? But it smells like pumpkin. Let's see if I'm gonna get enough. Right now is every product marketer's busiest time of year. It is the Black Friday, Cyber Monday season, aka where a lot of online brands, they can derive as much as 40% of their total revenue for the entire year from this period. So it's definitely a really busy time for all, and the entire period itself lasts around 42 days if you do Boxing Day as well, which we do in Canada. So it's been really busy, and something I find so hilarious is that I'm always trying to stay on top of social media trends and trying to know what's going on, what's next, where are we moving with content creation and content marketing. So I like to go to webinars. It started during the pandemic where everybody would do virtual meetings, and now there's always different webinars that are being hosted. So I attended one virtually probably last week or 2 weeks ago, and they had like a quick panel of different speakers, and most of them were related to the marketing side, but one person they brought on was like a wellness coach. And I'm not laughing at her because she was great, but I'm just laughing at like some of the advice she was giving. It was like, you know, this is a really difficult time, so you need to set boundaries for yourself. Tell yourself every night, I'm gonna close my laptop at 12:30 a.m. and I'm not gonna respond or look at my emails again until the morning. 12:30 a.m., 12 midnight. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like everybody is sick in this industry. Like, why do we do this again? But it's fun and it's exhilarating and it changes year over year. But man, it is not for the faint of heart. And it was just so funny because I thought she was gonna say 6 o'clock, you know? 6 o'clock, like let's close out for the night, but no, it was 12:30 a.m. So now I'm getting into my hair oil. I have some jojoba from Vellum here, and I am going to add this to my hair. I actually have some recommendations for you that I've been wanting to share, just like pop culture kind of recommendations. So the first one I have is on Netflix. If you're looking for a show to watch, it is a Korean show called Mask Girl, which is a Korean show that's been dubbed into English. So I love like thriller type, murder mystery type shows. But with Netflix, it's like, I find they're often very formulaic. So, you know, thing happens, you think suspect one is the one who did it, but it turns out all along it was blah, blah, blah. And then you can kind of figure out like what's going to happen. And then in the last episode, everything's going to tie together nicely and end with a bow. This story Mask Girl had so many twists and turns. I could not figure out where it was going. In I think episode 4, something really pivotal happens. And you're like, where is this gonna go from here? Like, I highly recommend it, and it's like very binge worthy. So the other recommendation I have is to listen to Kendrick Lamar's new album. It's a surprise drop, which is kind of rare. I feel like a lot of artists are going back to having a regular promotional schedule. Even Beyonce is announcing her last few albums, and she like literally pioneered the surprise drop. So this is Kendrick's year. Like 2024 is just like, let's all just give it to Kendrick. He's having such a smash year, and this album is really good. And his revenge is definitely artistic and personal. So my next few recommendations for you, if you're on TikTok, is a few creators that I've been watching over the past few months and that I really enjoy. The first one is just hilarious. Her name is Jove, and I think she lives in Texas, and her whole kind of shtick started out with her going through her sister's purse and like pulling out each item and like making fun of it in a funny way. And she always sings this thing, "Let's go through it." That's how she says it, like when she's gonna open a bag. And I think since then, like, she's just done so well with it, and I really enjoy all of her videos. And she's just such a feminist, that one. She's amazing. The second is Layla's Pantry. I found Layla when she was a chef this summer in the Hamptons, and she was doing sort of that like wishbone kitchen, like really gorgeous in this gorgeous house. But then that job ended and she's moved back to London, where I think she went to culinary school. I'm not sure, but she's moved back to London and she's got a job in a restaurant, and you're just seeing like the life of this 23-year-old girl who is working, and then she'll like go out all night after work. But my favorite thing about her content is that she'll take you through a recipe. So for example, mashed potatoes, and she will actually explain to you like how things work, like the food science behind it all. Like, it's just like little ingenious tips. Like, for example, if you're gonna add cream or milk to the mashed potatoes, make sure it's warmed so that you're not putting like cold milk on warm potatoes. And like something about the way the starch releases, like I'm just blown away. So she's just hit that amazing intersection of educational but entertaining to watch. Love her content. The next person, I have a list here. The next person and my last recommendation is Fidan. So Fidan is a lawyer. She lives in Australia, and her whole thing is like, let's make a salad. Let's make a salad. And so she just brings all of this salad stuff to work. She always lets you know it's washed. And she just is so soothing and relaxing, and I think she helps a lot of people's anxiety because she talks very nicely and very quietly, and her whole kind of catchphrase is forget about it. Just forget about it, and she's just like low-key really motivational. And then there's something about her essence, like she's got her children's drawings behind her. She owns a family law practice. So she's just this like kind of like soft and delicate feminine energy, but at the same time, she's an absolute badass who has her own practice. And then she'll say subtle things like, I think I've gone over with my lunch, but I do own this practice. So, just that like small little reminder that she's like a boss. So those are my 3 recommendations for TikTok. Watch Mask Girl and listen to Kendrick. Sarah approved. I started off my week strong by making a Chinese chicken salad. I got the walkout for this one because it was going to be a lot of veggies. Apparently this is Khloe Kardashian's recipe. I don't know if I believe that. But I started by getting some carrots and zucchini sauteed in some oil. I wish I had sesame oil, but I ran out. But I would definitely use sesame if I make this again. Next, I added in some broccoli. Let that roast as well. I added in some garlic and sauteed that as well, and some ginger. I then added some salt, which would then further release some water from the broccoli and help it saute nicely and help the broccoli go from hard to soft. Added in some fresh jalapeno, give it a little bit of a kick. I then added in some vermicelli noodles that I had boiled for exactly 1 minute. And then I tried to break up the noodles and like get some veggies in there and get it more mixed in. It's kind of harder than it looked to do with one arm. Next, I added in my sauces. I added in some rice vinegar, some soy sauce, And I was running really low on soy sauce, so I added in some teriyaki sauce. Next, I threw in some cilantro and mint. Then I tossed in some peanuts for some crunch. And then threw in some shredded chicken. And then just gave it one more mix. And that was the final result. The next night, it was soup time for dinner. I made a Tuscan vegetable soup. And honestly, I was so pleasantly surprised with how quickly this soup made. If you need a quick and easy meal that you can make in under half an hour, this is the one. First, you start by chopping up some celery, onion, and carrots. Saute the onion for a bit, add the rest of the veggies, and then you want to add in your ginger. After that, you add in some chicken broth, or you could do it with veggie broth. And it asked for some sort of spices, but I didn't have all of them on hand. But what I did have was bay leaves. Oops, I'm not supposed to see that. I had bay leaves and some crushed tomatoes, salt and pepper, and there it was. Very delicious. It is 11 o'clock and I had a busy kind of self-care morning. I went to the gym this morning and then I had physio and then I had another appointment and then I picked something up from Shoppers Drug Mart and then I got to do a fun little shop for my nephew's first birthday, which is happening tomorrow. So I got him, I'm sure his parents will love this, I got him a xylophone. And then I also got him a little book, getting ready for Santa for the first time, or I guess the second time, but as he's one, maybe he'll see him. And then I just did some more boring errands, got some bread, got gas. And now I'm going to quickly make some lunch and get ready and then get back to it. Cheers for the weekend. And it is clearing up around here. I think, considering the fact that it's like ending November, the weather's actually been quite mild in Vancouver. No snow yet. So let's see what happens for the holidays. But the holidays are definitely in full swing. Every store is seeing commercials. So I think I need to pause and watch some holiday movies or something. Do some traditions, get some eggnog going. It's that time of year, most wonderful time of year. Friday evening, and I'm just catching the end of the light at just after 5 o'clock. And I am, again, kind of pleasantly surprised for the end of November at how mild it is. But I am trying to get more into running. So I'm doing this program called Couch to 5K. And I just looked it up online and I printed it all out and I'm all excited about it. So it says that it will take you from not running to being able to run a 5K. So the first few steps are pretty calm, pretty chill. It's like for 25 minutes you kind of more walk and then run. So I think it's 90 seconds of walking and a minute of running. So it's not too bad, but obviously it increases, so I'm excited to see. I'm not excited to see, but I'm interested to see where it starts to get a little more challenging and tougher to break through. And then Friday night plans really is to relax. And I am going to start reading a new book. I have to pick it out. So lots of self-care, but kind of want to go out on a night like this, It's quite nice. It's a little windy. Wanted to get He's to blame for my existence.
What? He's to blame for your luck, good luck. You got a nice set of parents. What the fuck, man? You know?
At my nephew's birthday party. And it is an indoor beach, which is appreciated in November. So let's see how it is.
Girl, you look so cute.
Oh, thank you.
You little muffin.
Where's Sunny?
What kind of cake is this? She don't know where.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jazz. Happy birthday to you. Inner child.